college students in the week. Yes.
记了 zero fun. Okay, so here in China on TV, there's a lot of game shows. They love game shows here. There's one game show in particular that a lot of foreigners really don't like. I was at dinner recently and we were all talking about it, and sure enough, we find it very rude and kind of lame, actually. Here's this game show. So basically, this show has contestants, and the contestants get up on stage. These are foreigners. They bring out foreigners. The contestants are Chinese. They bring out these foreigners to listen to a quick song on headphones, a Chinese pop song or something very popular. And you know, these are foreigners that don't speak Chinese. They're usually fresh off the boat here in China. And they go up on stage, they listen to the song, and then they have to try and sing it. They have to repeat it out loud. And with them singing it once, the contestants have to try and guess which song they're trying to sing. And it becomes a big, laugh at the foreigner for mispronouncing words or not being able to sing these Chinese songs that honestly we've never heard before. And everyone laughs, and it's basic, and they make fun of the foreigners for not being able to sing properly or pronounce the words properly. It's quite rude by our standards. Now, I understand here in China, I understand that it's just having a good time and laughing at some honest mistakes, basically. But think about that particular game show playing in America. What would happen if we brought users, excuse me, I almost got in a wreck. If we brought a bunch of Americans out on stage and then decided, okay, we're going to bring a Chinese person out who doesn't speak English, who's never heard English pop songs, and then a Japanese person, and then maybe like an Italian, and had them listen to popular English songs, and then try to re-sing them 30 seconds later, and then we guess, and then everyone in the crowd laughs at them because they're unable to pronounce the words properly or sing the song as we know it. Do you think that show would last long on TV? No, there'd be an uproar. They would call it racist. They would call it extremely inappropriate. Now, we were just talking about this at dinner maybe 2 weeks ago, about me and a bunch of other foreigners, friends of mine. And the consensus was it was just annoying and a little bit rude. Now, I have met some foreigners who just don't care. That's fine. But the vast majority of the Chinese people I talk to love that show. And they don't understand, or at least don't see, why it would be considered offensive. And so you kind of have to explain to them. And even if when you do, you still get this confused look. But then again, some of them do understand. I think the people are becoming a lot more aware of things like this here. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, I work for a Chinese company, and tomorrow morning we have this kind of staff meeting with a little bit of an activity, and they asked me if I would be the foreigner to come up on stage and do the activity, actually listen to the Chinese song and try and sing it, and then they would guess what popular Chinese song that is. I don't know anything about Chinese songs. I don't know anything, very little Chinese in general. Even though I've been living here for 10 months, my Chinese is absolutely atrocious. It's really sad. I've been trying. It's just a difficult language for me. All languages are difficult for me to learn. But I had to tell them absolutely not, because I find it offensive. And I had to explain to them why. And they were a little disappointed. In the end, though, I started thinking about it, and I said, you know what? Maybe I'm being a little bit too sensitive about it. So you know what I did is I told them, look, I will do it. I will get up on stage, try to sing these Chinese songs, ones I've never heard before, and you can laugh at me all you want. However, you have to do it too, which means they're going to have to try and get up on stage and sing English songs, popular English songs. I'm talking like Michael Jackson or the Beatles or something that they've never really heard, and they're going to have to try and guess which songs it is so that they can get an understanding of why it's so difficult. And they all said, no, we can't do that. We don't know any English songs. My English is bad. I will be embarrassed. I'm like, exactly. So you understand. Here's the difference, though, why I'm willing to do it. I explained to them that There's a difference between laughing at somebody and laughing with somebody. And that's a concept that I don't think they quite understand over here. Humor does not translate the same as it is in America or the West here in China. They have a very different sense of humor. It's funny, everyone has a good time. But oftentimes what people find funny in the West, they don't find funny here, and vice versa. I just got home and, like an idiot again, I left the AC running all day, so I am freezing in here again. But there's a difference between being the butt of a joke and people laughing at you and all of us laughing together at one another, having a good time. And I think after trying to explain that to them, they finally understood it. So we're going to give it a try tomorrow. I've got my 5 songs. I'll play them for you in a second. We'll see if I can sing it. It's tomorrow morning. And the 5 songs that I gave them to listen to, get this. I gave them Imagine by John Lennon. Come on, that's an easy one, right? I gave them Purple Rain by Prince to honor the recently fallen. I gave them Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. Oh, great song, right? These are easy. What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. I mean, that's a classic. Everyone should know that. And last, I gave them Lose Yourself by Eminem. Let's see if they can do that one. That'll be fun to watch. Now also keep in mind that in the game show, you don't have prior knowledge of the songs. I was lucky and they gave me the 5 songs that I'm supposed to sing tonight. So I can listen to them and do my best. All the lyrics are in Chinese. There's no pinyin on it. So I looked it up online and they're all in Chinese characters. So I have to hear it and try to mimic it. Now for them, I gave them the 5 songs, which they've been able to listen to, and they have a general understanding of the pronunciation, so they can look up the lyrics online and actually sing it well. In the game show, they don't do that. They have no prior knowledge of the songs, so it's going to be a little different. But there will be a couple of foreigners there, and we'll see if we can guess the songs, or the other foreigners can guess the songs, because I know which ones they are. Okay, so here are the 5 songs that I got from my colleagues that I have to try and learn. They're 30 seconds clips. I'm going to try my best to listen to them tonight and see what I can do tomorrow morning. Here's the first one. See if we can get it. So that one doesn't sound too bad. I might be able to do that one. I'm sure that the Chinese people can understand this too. I'm told they're very popular Chinese songs. For all my Chinese friends out there, if you know that song, I'm going to have to try and sing that one. Let's see about the second one. A little bit higher pitch. That one doesn't sound too bad either. I might be able to do that one too. Again, this is the first time I've listened to these, so it's gonna be interesting. But again, as long as they have to do the English songs and I'm doing these, we're laughing with each other. So it's not offensive then. We're actually having a good time and sharing the cultural differences. Let's number 3. It's a girl. I don't know, man. Okay, so it sounds like 3 pop songs. I don't know what they're singing about. They could be singing about, it could be a love song, it could be singing about killing puppies. I have no idea. But it sounds like if you've ever gone to KTV in China or a Chinese KTV, this is like the type of music that everybody sings, it seems. So pop songs, right? Chinese pop songs. Okay, number 4. Alright. Ay, 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 ay. All right, that one's gonna be fun. I think that's the most fun so far. Okay, fifth one, last one. No girl song. They all sound alike to me, honestly. Ah. All right, maybe that's going to be harder than I thought. All right, I'll give them another listen or two, and then in the morning we'll see how we do. So I think there's a good lesson to be learned here. Number one, if you come to China and you're working for a Chinese company and you're relatively ignorant like I am to the culture and to the language, again, I try to learn every day. I try to learn something new every day. But between work and trying to live and stuff, it can be difficult. You really have to put the time in. And to be honest with you, I have not. It's one of the things that I wish I had spent more time doing. But here's the lesson. The cultural differences between us and them, it's not something that you need to laugh at. It's not something that you need to take lightly either. If they try to make you do what they call white monkey kind of things, where they put you out on stage, put you out in front to laugh at because you are different, absolutely say no to it. Don't be afraid of it either, and tell them why. I mean, they might be disappointed, and you might be afraid of disappointing them, but stand up for yourself. Be courageous and take care of your own dignity. I see this all the time with foreigners who come over here, and the Chinese people put them out onto stage, and it's not because they're being mean or they're being rude. It's just because we are different, and that's just something that they do. They're still learning about it. I mean, China is still a relatively closed-off country compared to the West. But one thing that you can do is participate. Try to show them, okay, if I'm going to do it, why don't you come with me and do it? And you do it together. That way it's a learning experience for the both of you. And doing it together really takes away the us versus them or them versus us mentality that we tend to have in our minds as Westerners. So by doing this, I hope that in the end we will have a lot of fun, have a good laugh, and enjoy each other's company, and perhaps even learn something about one another. That's at least what I'm hoping.